YouTube. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I downsized my planning system from all of this to this. So take a look.
Welcome to No Sheen at Home, where I share my love of gardening, journaling, and home improvement projects. Please subscribe, give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell.
So first, I need to explain how I got here, because this planning system obviously was not intentional. This just kind of happened over time. And because I needed things for various different reasons, and this is what I ended up with. So I will start with my Hobonichi Weeks, which is my everyday planner. It's my everything planner, right? Personal stuff, work stuff, everything is supposed to go in here. I was very excited about purchasing this. I got it actually as soon as, the Hobonichi line released all of its like 2024 planners in September of last year. And, it's a very cute planner. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's such a popular planner. But basically it has like, monthly pages. I'm just showing you a blank example, right? It has monthly pages like this, and then it has weekly pages, which have the week on one side, and then like a blank grid memo on the opposite side. So, you can put your appointments and like daily to-dos in here, and then you can use this for anything really, but I've been using this for just like to-dos that don't need to be done on a specific day of the week, but are just kind of like things I need to do this week. And then at the end, it has blank grid paper, which I've been using for like personal notes and list making and stuff. Like for example, planning my kid's birthday party. Like these are things I need to do. These are things I need to buy, or, planning like upcoming trips that we have. This is what I need to pack, and this is what I need to do before we go on our trip. Stuff like that. So I've just been using this for random lists and things. So, but this has been my primary planner. And what I use the most really are the weekly pages, because I really like having a weekly agenda. So that was all fine. And, if that's all I needed to do, if all I needed was like a weekly agenda, this Hobonichi Weeks would be perfectly fine. And I would just keep using it for the rest of the year. But what happened is I needed notebooks for other things that I also needed to do daily. So I work from home, and I'm in a lot of meetings. And so I got this. It is the MinimaPlanner, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, MinimaPlanner 195 notebook, which I really, really love. And this is what I use for taking meeting notes. So the pages look like this. They're very, very simple. They just have a little spot for the date, and then somewhere to put the title of your meeting, and then it's just lined note paper. It's really that simple, and it's the same on the front and the back, so you could have like one page per meeting. Sometimes if I need more notes, I just continue my notes here. And yeah, it's very, very nice paper, really nice paper, fountain-friendly paper, and really great for taking meeting notes. So that's what I was using this for. Okay, but then in the course of working from home, I started to realize that I'm the kind of person who really needs to write like a daily to-do list. And I was like, well, I could do it in here, but like this is like such a large piece of paper to do it on. Or I could do it like within my Hobonichi, but like there just isn't enough space within each day for me to like start doing a long to-do list in here. So I ended up getting like this little notepad, which is also from Merriman. It is the MinimaPlanner 192 notepad, and it's really cute. You just stick it in your pocket, like a little reporter's notebook or whatever. And yeah, it's just like where I started writing down, like when I sit down to work in the morning, I like to just write, here are my tasks that I want to accomplish today, or like my goals for the things that I want to get done today. And it was really helpful for me to write that down. And I also ended up writing down my work appointments for that day. You know, like here's my 9:30 meeting or whatever, and I've got a 1 o'clock meeting, you know, and I would just write it down. Even though it's on my Microsoft Outlook, I'm just a pen and paper kind of girl. I needed to write it down. It helped me to be more productive and to stay on task. So I started using a notepad for that. Okay, so that's how we got to, we're now 3 notebooks in, right, that I'm using every day. I'm using my Hobonichi Weeks for scheduling, I'm using this for meeting notes, and I'm using this for my daily to-dos, all right? So then what happened is I started a weight loss program, okay? And I have talked about this planner already too many times on my channel, so I'm not even gonna go into it, but one of the things that I was doing with this A5 rings is I was doing my meal tracking in here. And I was doing it on these printable meal tracker pages that I made just with like a Canva template, right? So I was tracking every day what I ate and how much water I was drinking and caffeine intake and all of these things, just to help me stay on track on my diet. And I was keeping it in here because honestly, you know, it didn't matter that this is like a huge chunky planner because it never had to go anywhere. It just lives on my desk at home. And so I just did that in here. So that's all well and good. And I'm sorry if you guys are hearing that, that is rain. I have a skylight in this room, so you're hearing the rain falling on the skylight. That is what I was doing. I was using all of these notebooks every day. So I would like check my schedule for the day, and I would be writing down my to-do list for the day and my work meeting notes. And then in between, I would like go in here, and every time I ate something, I would write down what I'm eating, right? And like, it was a little chaotic, but because I work from home, it kind of didn't matter. Like I could be in 25 different notebooks, and it didn't really matter because I never had to take them anywhere, and they just live on my desk and whatever. It didn't bother me that much. Okay, so then I find out, and this didn't come as a surprise, I knew it was coming, but we get the announcement that we are going to be hybrid starting in March. And so now I'll be going into the office 2 days a week, which is totally fine. But it does mean that this really clunky, like planner system, if you will, planner notebook system that I have going on is like, you know, I'm not taking this to the office and like back every day. And just so you guys know, I live in Brooklyn and my office is in Manhattan, and I need to take the train in. So it's like I'm on a subway for about an hour, and there's no guarantee I'm going to get a seat. So I could potentially be standing for an hour, you know, with my bag. I'm not going to have all of this with me. This is ridiculous. And then I thought, well, I could just take one page out from my meal tracker. I don't have to take this, obviously. And so I could just be like this. I could take a page out of here and then just like take this with me and then bring it back home, because I can't really leave it in the office since I work from home on the other days. So I need to have my stuff with me wherever I am. So I was kind of like, maybe I could make that work. And then I thought, I don't actually need a whole entire page to keep track of my meals, because I was realizing that I wasn't actually using up all the space on here, that I often had like space left over. So maybe I could do this. This was like the interim solution that I came up with. I could have like one of these daily pages, and I got this notepad on Amazon, and I could keep track of my daily schedule, like my work meetings and my to-dos at work and my meals right here. Right, so that would eliminate the need for this and for the notepad, right? And so now I would have like this, and then I would have my planner, and then I would have my work meeting notes. And, you know, maybe I could have like 2 of these notepads, and I could leave one in the office, and I could leave one at home. And then when I left the office, I would just like tear off this sheet and bring it back with me in case I needed to reference anything on here while I was working from home. So I was kind of like trying to make it work. And then at some point I came to the realization that even this is not bringing me joy. And if your planning system is not making you happy and it's not bringing you joy, then like, what are you doing? Like, you know, planning is a hobby for me as much as anything else. And I'm just not loving this. And so that is when it finally dawned on me, and I'd been watching a lot of YouTube videos about, rings planners. They seem to really be having a moment right now. Everyone's in a personal rings planner. And I was like, what I need is a ring system, right? Because what are the things that I need? And I listed them out. I definitely need a weekly agenda. What I did realize, having been in the Hobonichi weeks for a couple of months, is that I didn't actually need a monthly agenda as much as I thought I needed a monthly agenda. So like, I would write things down in here, and then I'd have to like copy them over into the weeklies, and it just became duplicative for no reason. And things would happen, like, if I had to make a dentist appointment that was 6 months out, I would put it in my monthly pages, right? And then by the time, I got to that month in my weekly pages 6 months later, I completely forgot about the dentist appointment. And sometimes I would forget to go back and check my monthly pages. And so like, I would forget about the dentist appointment. So it was almost not working, like it was doing the opposite of what it was supposed to do, which is to help me remember appointments. So I realized that I didn't really need monthly pages. What I really needed were weekly pages, because that's how I think about time. I think about time usually 1 week at a time. So I did need the weekly pages, right? And I also needed just to have like some blank pages in my planner, just to make lists and write down notes for like personal things and just like, mom things that I need to remember. So I did need that. So that's 2 things, right? I needed a weekly agenda. I needed some personal note pages. Okay, then I needed like some kind of a daily page, because in one form or another, it just seems like I need to write down what I'm doing on this particular day, especially the days that I'm working, not so much the weekends. Like, what are my appointments today? What are the tasks I absolutely need to get done? What deadlines do I have? I need a daily page. And I also need to keep track of my meals, because I'm still on this diet, right? But that could happen, I realized, on the daily page. It didn't have to be a separate piece of paper. Like, it could be just part of my daily page is meal tracking, right? So again, I need a weekly agenda, personal note pages, a daily page with meal tracking. And then the last thing I need is a notebook for meeting notes. And just generally like for work notes, project planning, but mostly like meeting notes, because I attend meetings and I need to take good notes. So these are the like 4 or 5 things that I absolutely need in my planner or notebook system every single day. And so a ring system would give me like the customizability to do that all in one notebook. So the planner that I ended up getting is a Filofax Lockwood in the personal size. So it took me a while to decide what size rings to get, because the whole point of the system I was looking for is something that would be portable, so that I could take it on my commute to the office and then also bring it back home from the office, right? So I knew right off the bat it couldn't be an A5, right? Because I already have an A5 and I love my A5, but it is anything but portable, right? It's humongous, right? So just to compare, right? This is a Filofax in the personal. This is a A5 in Moterm A5 Lux, so it's big even for an A5. So that's just to give you a size comparison. Now I did briefly think about getting a pocket, but I had already had a pocket size rings planner in the past, and that is this one. So this is the Filofax Malden in pocket size, which I actually used quite a bit years ago, and I really liked it. But when I was using it, I was only using it for a weekly agenda. Like, that's all I did with it, was just have my weekly calendar in here. And so for that purpose, it was fine. But if I want to have like 4 different sections in here, I just feel like it's kind of small. And not only that, but like if I'm actually taking notes at work, I just don't feel like this paper, I'll give you an example, like this is the size of the actual paper, is going to be comfortable for me to write work notes in. Like, I'm going to end up using like many sheets, right, just for one meeting, and it's just going to be kind of tedious. So I kind of knew the pocket size was going to be too small. So I was like, okay, let's find the happy medium. Let's get a personal. I have never had a personal rings planner. And now that I have one, I'm like, I should have gotten this years ago, because this is really like the Goldilocks rings planner. It's perfect in that it's bigger than the pocket, so I actually have room to write in more detail, but it's still portable, unlike the A5, which is not really meant to be one that you carry around. Like, this is just, I can see now why this is such a popular size. This is just like the perfect size for like an everything planner. So I am very, very happy with this purchase. Like I said, I got the Lockwood, which is the name of the style, I guess, because Filofax has lots of different styles. I got the Lockwood, and I got it in cognac leather, which is this beautiful, beautiful brown kind of, I don't know how you would describe this. Is it a light brown? Is it a tan? It's just really, really pretty. And the finish on this is kind of glossy. It almost feels like it has a wax coating. I don't know if it actually does, but it's a very different texture from the Malden leather, which is a little more textured and wrinkly. Malden makes a color called ochre, and I've never owned that particular leather planner, but it at least online it looks very similar to this color, cognac. So I don't know if it really is similar in person, but the texture of the leather for sure is different in the Lockwood. But I really like this. It has this like pocket in the front. It has a zip pocket in the back. It has the little button closure, just one button. And then it has an elasticated pen loop, which is really nice because this is a pretty thick pen that I've stuck in here. Then it has 4 card slots, and then this pocket here. And then it has a pocket here, and then a deeper pocket here. So yeah, and I haven't really put anything in the pockets yet, but it's very, very nice in terms of the design. And what I also like is that it's like very professional looking. And, you know, not to in any way like insult Hobonichi, because I really love their brand, but you know, they're kind of known for being kind of cutesy. And this is super cute. It's got little cats on it and stuff, but like in a professional setting, I just feel like this is like just a more professional looking planner. And yeah, so I think that was maybe another consideration for me when I was deciding to switch planners, is that, you know, I'm going into the office, it's a relatively new job, and I kind of just want to make a good impression and like maybe not have a cat planner on day one, you know what I mean? So this is just a very professional looking planner. So I'm very happy with this. So let's just do a flip through, and I will explain to you how I set it up. So the first thing I did was I bought these page lifters from Moterm on Amazon, because this rings really needs lifters. Without the lifters, I noticed that like the pages here, can you guys see that? They were like curling at the ends and stuff. Like they just kept, you know what I mean? Like they kept kind of clinging to the ring and stuff. So I really needed the lifters. So I got these like frosted PVC lifters on Amazon, and there was like a set that came with a bunch of accessories. Okay, and then this is a printable dashboard that I got on Etsy, and I just printed it on cardstock, and I cut it and punch holes in it just for the aesthetics, just to have something cute as a little cover page. This is a brand new planner, so I haven't actually moved into this planner yet, so everything is blank. But, you know, this is like the cover sheets that the Filofax planner comes with. It comes with, this one came with a week on 2 pages calendar and a bunch of like note pages. And it also came with these tabs. So when you buy the Filofax planner, the nice thing about it is you don't just get an empty like leather rings organizer. You get there's always something in it, right? So this was the 2024 week on 2 pages. And the Lockwood in particular comes with the cotton cream paper inserts. So I guess they have like a white paper insert that's like their regular insert, and then they have this line that is called cotton cream that's like a cream color, and it's a slightly thicker paper. This is 90 GSM paper. So that's what this particular Filofax comes with, which I really like this paper actually. It feels very luxe. So that is the cover page, and then there is the year on one page. You get last year and the year after as well. A little sheet for personal information, which I haven't filled out yet, but I will in case I lose this planner. I want to have that, my contact information and stuff on here. And then, like I said, it comes with these tabs. It actually came with 6 tabs, and I'm only using 4 of them. So we'll jump in to the first section, and I'm calling this my schedule because these are my weekly pages. This is a dashboard I got on Etsy from TheMinimaPlanner is her Etsy shop. And it was a printable, and again, I printed it on cardstock and just cut it out, punched holes in it. So very cute. It was like a whole set of dashboards. So I'll link that below. So this is schedule. This is the bookmark that the Filofax came with. I like that it's brown to complement the planner. And like I said, this is the insert that the Filofax came with. So it was 2024, the whole calendar year, week on 2 pages. And I actually went ahead and removed January and February because I'm planning on starting this planner on March 1st. So I just went ahead and took out those 2 months. So this is what the weekly layout looks like. So you've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday over here, and then you've got Thursday through Sunday over here. And then at the top here, you have a little bit of extra space for, I don't know, notes that are just about like the week as a whole. And then you just see a little calendar and like what week that you're on vertically, which is not particularly helpful to me because I don't think of my weeks vertically, but if you like that, it does tell you, it like shows you exactly what week you're on. So this is the multi-language version. So it has the days of the week in like 5 different languages. I also really like that these cotton cream inserts come with brown font instead of black. I think the brown looks really nice on the cream. So that's really pretty. So I did want to compare this with the Hobonichi weeks. So let's go into a blank week here. So for example, am I in frame? Okay. So with the Hobonichi weeks, you've got the entire week on the left side and then a blank page on the right. Whereas here, the week is spread out over the 2 pages. So I think this is actually going to work better for me because I was finding that when I was filling out my weekly pages, I was really trying to cram a lot in here because I had a lot of like daily things that were day specific, daily meetings, daily to-dos. And I wasn't really using this side of the page that much. Like in terms of weekly to-dos, I only would usually have like a couple of things. And then I just ended up having all of this space where I was just decorating with stickers and whatever, just trying to fill up the page. So this Filofax layout gives me like more room. Like here's what I have on weeks. So I've got quite a bit extra room per day to write down my daily to-dos and appointments. So I actually think this particular layout is actually going to work better for me. The other thing is that what I realized this year, which is really weird for me, is that I wasn't enjoying decorating my planner as much as I used to. Like last year, I was really into putting stickers and washies and stuff in my planner. And for some reason this year, I'm just not feeling it. I still use stickers and other journals and stuff, but in my planner, I just wanted to plan. I just wanted something really functional and kind of minimalist. And so like having all of this blank space and feeling like, oh, I've got to decorate and stuff was almost starting to feel like a chore for me personally. So this I think is going to be a better layout for me because now I'm just like, you know, there's just enough space to write down what I actually need to do for the week and not a lot of extra space for, you know, decorating. Yeah, so I think this is actually a good layout for me. So that's the first section. The first section is my weekly calendar. The second section is what I'm calling work, but this is actually going to be my daily pages. And I'm calling it work because I mostly need to use daily pages when I am working. Like I said, I don't really need a daily page on the weekends. But this is what it looks like. So this bookmark actually came with the Moterm lifters that I bought, and I just put that in here because then I'll have a bookmark for my daily pages and I'll have a bookmark for my weekly pages as well. So this is what I ended up choosing. And it took me forever to decide on like what daily page I wanted to use. And let me see if I can zoom in here so you can, because the font is really small. Okay, hopefully you can see that a little bit better. This is a template, a printable template that I got from Papertess Designs. And like I said, I looked at like a million different daily pages templates. There's so many to choose from. And then finally decided on this one. I really like that it's kind of minimalist. It's very like clean and simple. It's not like a high contrast font. Like it's actually like a gray font. So like it's very light and easy on the eyes. And I really like the layout. It has everything I need. So, you know, the date, the day of the week on top, and then here are my appointments. It starts 6 a.m. and it goes through 9 p.m., which is perfect. It doesn't have like middle of the night appointments, right? Which I don't have anyway. So it's 6 to 9. And there's 2 lines per hour. So you can have like half-hourly appointments if you need. And then it has 2 sections of like these check boxes, which is perfect because I can use the top for my work to-dos and I can use the bottom for personal to-dos. And so it's nice to be able to keep those separate in terms of my like daily task or, you know, things I need to get done. And then it has these 3 boxes, and these I was going to use for my meal tracking. So, you know, breakfast, lunch, dinner right here. And I realized that I don't actually need to worry too much about tracking my water intake because I drink a ton of water throughout the day. Like I'm never worried that I didn't get 8 glasses of water. For sure I got 8 glasses of water. So all I really want to do is keep track of what I'm eating. So this like has everything that I need right here. And I just printed it, you know, double-sided. And I do have to say it took me a while to make these inserts. In fact, I'll show you exactly how I need them. So like I said, it was a printable insert that I got from Papertess Designs. So the way it works is it's a 2-page spread. And so you get two pages on one piece of paper that's either A4 or letter size. The paper that I used was A4, and it's a cream paper that is the same weight as the Filofax paper. So I mentioned earlier that this is the Filofax cotton cream paper. This is 90 GSM, and I really, really like this paper. So I tried really hard to find like a dupe for this paper because Filofax doesn't sell this paper like as blank paper. So I went on Amazon and I found this paper, which I'll link below. That's cream paper. It's 90 GSM, and it is such a good dupe for the Filofax cotton cream paper. Like it feels the same. It looks the same. The color looks the same. Like it's just a perfect dupe. So I bought this in the A4 size, and then I printed out the template, right? It's 2 per page, and then I printed out front and back. So, and I did a portrait orientation with flip on the short edge, right? So I had to make sure I printed it out correctly. And then I used my paper trimmer to cut them down to size. And then I used this hole punch. I use this hole punch to punch the holes. So this you can set to different sizes. So it has a setting for personal size. And so you just get like perfect holes exactly where you need them. And the nice thing about this is you can like punch several pieces of paper at the same time. So yeah, that's just how I made the inserts, just to let you guys know. It was kind of time consuming. I want to say the whole process took me about an hour, but I did make like a lot of them. I think I made 3 months worth. Yeah, I made exactly 3 months worth of these daily inserts, so I'm not gonna have to do this for a while. Yep. So that is my daily pages and meal tracker. So far we've got my weekly agenda, my daily pages, and my meal tracker. So section 3 is where I was going to do my work meeting notes. And again, I have this pretty dashboard from TheMinimaPlanner that I printed out. And then I just decided to put lined notepaper here. Like at first I was like, well, maybe I can find a template for meeting notes. And there are some really nice ones online, like on Etsy and stuff. But I realized that my meeting notes are not that structured. You know what I mean? Like I just have the date, the topic of the meeting, and then I just start taking notes in like whatever random fashion I want. You know what I mean? Like they're just not that organized. Like I don't necessarily write out the agenda of the meeting. I don't always write out every single person who attended the meeting unless it's really important that I, know that. So I didn't really need a structured meeting notes like template. I just needed paper is all I needed here. And so I bought these Filofax lined paper inserts on Amazon, and they are also on the cotton cream paper. And I think they came in a pack of 30 sheets, front and back. So hopefully that will last me a while. So this is what I'm gonna do for meeting notes. And so this will replace the Merriman notebook that I was using earlier. Oh, so just to go back, right, just to be super clear, these daily pages are meant to replace like this, right? So I was gonna do my dailies and meal tracking on here. So instead of this big thing, I'm now doing it directly in my planner. So I've got that, and then I've got these, which are gonna replace this notebook, right, for meeting notes. And yeah, it is less space, right, than the notebook I was using, but I'm gonna see how it goes. Because I really love the thought of just not having to carry that many notebooks with me to and from the office. So I am really hoping that this is going to be sufficient space for me to write meeting notes. And the nice thing about rings is you can always add more paper, you know what I mean? And you can always take out the notes that are no longer relevant. So, in order to prevent this thing from getting too chunky, I can just take out, if like meetings happened months ago and I don't need to reference them anymore, I can take that paper out and just add paper in. So I do like the customizability. Okay, and then the last section is just my personal note pages, right? So what I was using the back of the Hobonichi Weeks for, which is just like list, right? Shopping list, packing list, birthday party supply list, right? I always have a list that I have to write down. That's now going to be here in this personal section. So I made this dashboard, or I bought this dashboard and printed it out. And then these to-do pages came with the Filofax. These are the Filofax to-do pages on the cotton cream paper. You can also buy this insert separately, so I might do that when I run out of these. But they're just nice, you can write what the to-do is about, like, I don't know, vacation packing list and whatever, or birthday party planning list, and then just have all of your things here. So I put some of those in, and then I also used up some of the other paper that came with the Filofax, like the weekly pages actually had these note pages at the end. So I moved them over here to just use them up. I figure I can just write notes on these. I don't really care what I write my personal notes on. I just need paper. You know what I mean? I just need paper. And then there were some extra lined note pages that I put in here that the planner came with. It also came with this grid note paper from Filofax. Stuck that in here. I don't even know if I like this grid paper. It's a larger grid than I normally like. I think this is a 5 millimeter grid, but I'll just use them up. There's no harm in using them up. And then at the end, there were some blank pages that the Filofax came with, which I wish they sold this blank paper as a separate refill, because it's just always useful to have blank paper, but they don't, which is really annoying. But the Filofax did come with a few sheets of this blank paper. So that's everything. Those are the 4 sections. And then I just have this dashboard in the back. This is part of the set that I bought here. So it was like a 2-sided dashboard. So I printed the front and put it here, and then I printed the back and I put it in the back of the planner. And then this is just a little card holder that came with the Moterm lifters that I bought. And I think I'm gonna put pictures of like my kids and my cats and stuff in here. So it'll be like a little photo album type of thing. And then the second lifter that came with that lifter set is the last thing that I have in here. For my pen, this is a brown, what is this? A Pentel Energel Cleana with brown ink. I find that the brown ink looks really nice on the cream paper. And it is definitely a full planner, but it does shut. And keep in mind with this clasp, like the pen loop is like within this section here. So if you have a big chunky pen, it is gonna make it tighter to close the planner. So this is like a pretty tight fit right now. It does close, but if I were to add any more stuff in here, I'm not sure I'd be able to close this planner. So just something to be aware of. But I did like fill it to the brim, as you can see. And if this gets to be too much, like maybe I don't need 90 days worth of daily pages in here, I could always take some of them out. But for now, I'm gonna just try this the way that I've set it up. And yeah, I'm just really excited. Like I'm excited about planning again. And I just wasn't feeling that excited for the past several weeks with my planning system. It just wasn't feeling right. So I feel like this is kind of the overhaul that I needed. I love that I have everything I need every day I'm at work all in one place, and everything has a place and it all just makes sense together, and it's portable, and it's just like very professional looking and customizable. So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope this gave you some ideas, especially if you're in a hybrid job like I am. I feel like there are unique considerations, right, for your planning system when you're in a hybrid job, because you're literally taking your planning system with you to and from the office. It's not like you can live at home, or it can't like live in the office. If you have like a job that's 5 days a week in the office, you could leave a lot of stuff in the office. But when you're hybrid, you're carrying stuff, right? So I hope this gave you some ideas. I have really enjoyed putting this together, and I'm totally on the personal rings bandwagon now. I get it now. And yeah, I hope this goes well. So thank you so much for watching. And if you like stationery and planning videos, I hope you'll subscribe. Take care.